Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to another coffee chat here on Buzzin Pattaya, the show where we talk about things that are happening right here, right now, as well as general news, tips, information and advice. All right, so firstly, look at this. It's lovely, isn't it? People say to me, why do you live in Pattaya? I say, well, what do you think? You know, girls, beaches, climate. I mean, it really is just fantastic. All right, so anyway, moving on from that statement, the question I've been asked is, what is the cost of living here in Pattaya as an expat? And it's a good question, and it's a hard question to answer in many ways, and we'll go through that in a second. But realistically, what does it actually cost to live here? Because when you come here as a holiday as a 2-week millionaire, when you're into all that kind of stuff, it's very easy to get carried away. You're chucking 1,000 baht notes out like it's confetti, and fair play to you guys. You know, you work hard and you deserve every bit of fun and entertainment you can get here. However, living here is a whole world different to holidaying here, and for many, many reasons. So I'm just going to go through a few of them, and maybe you guys can drop a comment below. Let us know if you live here. You know, what's the biggest transition you've had in terms of being a holiday maker to being someone that's living in an expat? What's the costs involved? You know, what do you find the biggest cost is, and how have you adapted to living here in Pattaya? So I'm going to walk down Beach Road. We'll have a little look around while I'm talking away, see what's going on, and we're going to talk about what it's like in terms of how much does it cost to live here in our beautiful city. And I'm just going to let you look at this one more time. Look at that. That's beautiful, isn't it? You know, really, really is. Spin it around. Look at that. Fantastic. All right, so let's turn the camera around. Okay guys, so we're going to head down up towards Walking Street. I doubt we'll get that far, but anyway, we'll have a look. And so the question is, what does it cost to live here? Well, firstly, you need to work out, where do you want to live? And for the expat community, realistically, I guess the most popular places are East Pattaya, known as the dark side, Jomtien, and then you've got Naklua and Pratamnak. But Naklua and Pratamnak are mainly for Russian and that kind of area. Jomtien and East Side Pattaya are mainly for European, and there's a lot of English there. So in terms of what does it cost, depends on whether you want to live in a condo or whether you want to live in a house. And for those of you that are coming here for the first time and experiencing living here, personally, I would suggest you take a condo. And I say that because, for the simple reason being is, generally speaking, they're cheaper, and also you're likely to meet more people in a condo block than you are if you're living in a house on your own in a soy down one of the streets here. So try to think about a condo. Now the price is, you can pick up a condo right now, and I'm not saying it's going to stay like this forever, but you can pick up a condo right now for somewhere in around about 6,000 to 7,000 baht for a basic one, and a good condo you'll pick up for about 9,000 to 10,000 baht. So when you convert that back, it's not a lot of money, and you're going to get quite a lot for your money. So it's worth doing. How you doing, fella? You all right? You all right, guys? So think about what it's going to cost you in terms of accommodation. You're looking at about, say as an average, 10, maybe 12,000 baht. That includes your water and your electric, etc., etc. So once we got through that stage, the next thing is transport. You know, how are you going to get around here? Because if you rely on motorcycle taxis and BART buses, etc., bear in mind the BART bus system over in East Pattaya in Darkside is very limited. Not so bad in Jomtien, etc. But again, every time you're hopping on, 10 baht here, 10 baht there. I know it doesn't sound a lot, but it adds up. So again, you need to think about transport. Now you can hire a motorbike here. Motorbike hire is about 2,000 baht a month on average. And all I will say is, if you're not used to riding a motorbike, please guys, just give it some thought, because you know, we're on about COVID and the amount of deaths, etc. There's more deaths here on the road every day than there will ever be in COVID. So please, you know, be very, very careful if you opt for that route. If you want a car, cars average from around about 9,000 baht upwards. You know, the bigger trucks now are about 20,000. between 17 and 20,000. So again, depending on what you're looking for, you need to put that into your budget, and that's your transportation. I mean, if you live in the city centre, well then maybe it's not so much of an issue, but the opposite side of that is the prices here to live in the city centre are a lot more expensive than if you live on the outskirts or in Jomtien, etc., as you would imagine. So you've got yourself a place, you've got yourself transportation. The next thing you need to think about is, what are you going to do while you are here? And it sounds a crazy situation to think about, but it's true. There is only so many nights that you can go out and party. And of course, you're sitting there thinking, oh, I can party every night. And I'm sure you can. But with everything, when a novelty becomes a normal day, the shine comes off of it. So when you come here and you're partying hard every night, night after night after night, and you're thinking to yourself, this is awesome, I could do this for the rest of my life. Trust me, when it becomes available day in, day out without any limitations, it does take its toll, and the shine does come off going out night after night, because you walk down the road and the girls getting, hello sexy man, all that stuff. It gets so boring. Walking into a bar, sitting down and being hammered for drinks, the minute you sit down, it gets annoying. It really does. I wish it didn't, but it does, and that's the reality of what we're doing. So you need something to stimulate yourself in your mind. Exercise maybe, joining a club, joining some expat meeting groups. You know, just think of things that you can do that will help stimulate you living here, because trust me, I've lived here now 10 years and it's been tough at times, guys. It has been tough, for the simple fact being that boredom is very easy to grab you and to get hold of you, and before you know it, you can't let go. So, you know, be very, very aware that you do need some kind of activity. And depending on your activity will depend if it costs you. You know, you might want a gym membership. Maybe you want to go and play badminton. Maybe you want to go on a motorcycle course and go riding around the mountains and whatever. You know, there's lots of things you need to chuck into the equation when it comes to living here. Okay, so food. Now, depending on your culinary skills, so I'm just going to try and get across this road, here we go. Right, depending on your culinary skills will depend on your expenditure in terms of food, and also as to whether or not if you have a partner. Because if you have a partner and she does all the cooking for you, perfect. If you don't and you live on your Jack Jones, well, you need to be prepared to either A, go out and eat every night, and trust me, that's expensive, or B, learn to cook, and if you can cook, even better. So when you look at it this way, if you go out and eat every day and you're buying food, you've got to have a budget for food here of at least between 200 to 300 baht a day, and that's for everyday normal meals in what we call run-of-the-day places. So you're looking at 10,000 baht there. You're looking at another couple of thousand baht for your motorbike if you're on a motorbike, or more if you're in a car. You're also looking at another 6,000 to 10,000 baht if you want a condo or a house. And you can get a house here. Houses range from about 10 upwards. So 10 to 20,000 gets you a nice house. So when you start adding that all up, you're in the region of already about 25,000 baht. So 25,000 baht, if you convert that back, that's about 700 pounds English, roughly, as to where you are in terms of your expenditure. And if you do silly things and you go in here, like riding with no helmet, riding with no insurance, and other crazy things, then your expenditure will go up even more. But hopefully that won't happen. So we've got your accommodation, we've got your transport, we've figured out stuff to do to keep us stimulated, and we're also now talking about food. We've got our budget for our food, etc., etc. And then to throw on top of that, you're going to have the odd things that you don't expect. You know, you might need to buy some clothes. Maybe you want to go out and meet some friends and go and socialize for an evening. You know, there are odd things that you want to chuck in. So I would say suggesting maybe about 5,000 baht for what we call like the unexpected. So realistically speaking, for between 800 to 1,000 pounds per month, you can live here quite comfortably, in my opinion. Now guys, I appreciate there are guys watching this, you know, your watchers, you might have a lot of income, and that's fantastic. Some of you might be on a retirement pension and not have a great deal of money. Again, these are options you've got to consider. But nevertheless, I hope that what I've explained to you now has given you a bit more of an indication what to expect in terms of living costs of being here. And don't forget, on top of that, which I've just thought about, sorry, don't forget TV. You know, you might need to pay a TV subscription so you can connect with your TV back home. You're going to need a phone, so maybe you buy a phone and you're paying credit, or maybe you're on a contract if your missus will take a contract out for you, or you have to pay a year in advance. So there are a few things to take into consideration on top of that as well. So I apologise, I forgot them. All right, so that's about it from me. What I'd like to do is drop this out to you guys now and ask you, please, you know, drop a comment below without going into too much personal details. You know, what is an expected monthly outlay for you guys? What does it cost you to live here in Pattaya? What would you recommend if someone said to you, how much will it cost me to stay here for a month? What would you budget for? What would you say if you've got X, Y, or Z? That's going to be pretty much the amount of money you're going to need. And talking of money, here we go. Look at this right now, 40.77. There you are. There's some prices for you. All right, guys. So I'm now back to the lovely corner bar, and I'm just going to turn the camera around. So let's just turn that around. All right, there you go. So let's finish off as we started, shall we? Let's go back over to that glorious beach over there. I mean, you know, you've got to hand it to the city officials. They have done a good job. Come on, you know, we've got to be fair. They have done a good job. So let's just go and finish off over there and share what a beautiful day it is today. The oceans, and oh, it's just lovely. So going back to the question then, how much does it cost for you to live here? What do you need to budget for in order for you to stay in our magical city? And please guys, drop a comment below. Let us know what you think, in your opinion, is a good budget to have available for when you come and stay out here full time. All right, let me spin round there. Let's finish with that in the background, shall we? Yeah, that's nice. All right, guys, so that's it for me here today on the Coffee Chat Show. Thank you very much for watching. Please drop a comment below, share your thoughts, share your experience, let people know what you're currently doing. You don't need to go into too personal details, but just a rough figure. What do you spend if you live here? Just give people an idea. All right, thank you ever so much. Please, guys, remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon. Don't forget, check out our Telegram group. Lots of people joining, photos, videos, etc., and lots of like-minded people that you can chat to that love Pattaya City. And don't forget, have a look at our members area. It might be something you're interested in. Go check it out and see what it's all about. Okay, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next edition very soon. For me, take care.